Things I thought I lost, I found. Silence turns into sound. Things I thought I lost, I found. Silence turns into sound.
Hello, my name's Natasha Gilmore. I'm the Artistic Director of Barrowland Ballet based in Glasgow, Scotland. The Wolfpack is created with an intergenerational cast. I've always been really drawn to working with different age groups in a process and in performances. I really enjoy the dynamic that exists between them. So, for example, the playfulness and the energy and the little bit of wildness of the children has a really positive effect on the adults, where we seem to have lost a little bit this ability to play and dive into the world of the imagination.
You tickle the epic, tickle the small, tickle the epic. You gotta tickle it all.
喺今次嘅舞蹈活動裏面，有唔同嘅年紀、背景、種族、語言嘅朋友嚟參加。因為疫情嘅關係，其實我哋只係得短短幾次嘅實體彩排，但係佢哋好快脆，透過身體嘅互動，然之後建立到大家互相嘅信任。
Things I thought we lost, I found. Silence turns into sound. Things I thought we lost, I found. Silence turns into sound. This is where dreams are made, dreams are made, dreams are made. This is where dreams are made, journeys call, paths are laid.
The Wolfpack looks at some of the advice that's given to guide us through life. How there are these stories that have been told throughout time to different generations, these morality tales, fairy tales, and it uses imagery from these fairy tales to create a world where we see people guiding each other onto the path.
You've tickled the small, you've went and tickled it all.
從前有個小女孩，佢善良可愛，
佢對人對動物都十分信任。
有一日，佢披住小紅帽，拎住一籃蘋果，就去探病咗個婆婆啦。
途中喺森林有幾次遇到大灰狼，不過好多人喺身邊保護住佢，令佢冇受傷。
Where fears banish and voices fade that put you down and made you small, you the world has pushed away, returning new with things to say. Hey girl, there's more to you than what you say or what you do.
One of the ideas was about the big bad wolf, the lone wolf, and what that symbolises, and how that's offset by a community of wolves, the Wolfpack, this intergenerational family that function together, support each other, working as a team. And this is the approach that we took within the choreography, this way that all the different age groups can feed into each other and inspire each other and work together.
點知大灰狼用奸計食咗佢同埋婆婆啊！
好彩有人救返佢哋，而呢個小女孩繼續保持善良，因為佢相信以後都總會有好人幫佢同埋救佢。
Things I thought we lost, I found. Silence turns into sound. Things I thought we lost, I found. Silence turns into sound. This is where dreams are made, dreams are made, dreams are made.
In the piece, I'm interested in this play between wild and domestic, and we use imagery with apples, for example, that have so many symbols, you know, the biblical story of Adam and Eve, or Snow White with the poisoned apple, or the innocence of a young child, you know, with an apple. There's a lot of different imagery and story.
What you say or what you do, you tickled your epic, you've tickled the small, you've went and tickled it all.
喺個作品入邊嘅動作啦、故事同演員之間嘅關係，都係來自一個童話裏邊嘅蘋果。蘋果咧好似代表好香甜、好單純，同一時間都代表危險、詭詐同爭奪。演員之間就好似喺善同惡裏邊遊走一樣，而每個人都會發展自己獨特嘅舞蹈同唔一樣嘅動作。就好似呢有班人咧係自由自在咁樣跳舞嘅同時，亦都係嚟互相接納。我諗呢個關係同呢一個感受咧，係比我哋用語言去溝通咧嚟得更實在同埋更深嘅。
Tickle the epic, tickle the small. You've got to tickle the epic and tickle the small. Gotta tickle the epic and tickle the small. You gotta tickle the epic, you gotta tickle it all. Things I thought we lost are found. Silence turns into sound. Things I thought we lost are found. Silence turns into sound. This is where dreams are made. Dreams are made. Dreams are made. This is where dreams.
好彩細個嗰陣有人救返我而家先識得保護自己同埋身邊嘅人。呢個就係細個嗰時俾隻狼食咗嘅小紅帽啦。
細個嘅時候，小紅帽處處受人呵護，從來都唔識保護自己，同埋對所有動物同埋人都非常信任。
直到有一次，佢因為毫無警覺，所以令到佢同婆婆都俾大灰狼食咗落肚。
Hey girl, there's more to you. What you say or what you do, you tickled your epic. You've tickled the small. You've went and tickled it all.
最後好彩有人及時嚟到救得返佢哋。自此之後咧，佢就學得識做人，除咗要善良之外咧，就要學得識保護自己，保護身邊嘅人。
Tickled your epic, you've tickled the small, you've went and tickled it all.
哎呀，咁會整親小紅帽㗎，唔好俾佢自己做啦。呢個世界人人都錫晒你，你係最好嘅。
呢兩句口頭禪經常都喺婆婆口中出現，因為佢真係好愛錫佢嘅孫女小紅帽。
當其時，婆婆直頭想24小時都喺小紅帽身邊保護同愛錫佢。
This is where dreams are made.
有一次婆婆病咗，小紅帽需要穿過森林去探婆婆，因為平時小紅帽身邊都有好多人保護佢，
所以今次有隻大灰狼出現喺佢面前想食佢，小紅帽都唔知危險，又冇通知婆婆同其他人。
最後小紅帽同婆婆都俾隻大灰狼食咗啦。
而婆婆有冇後悔太保護小紅帽呢？就唔知啦。
集合咁多人嘅力量，非常之集中咁一齊排練一啲圖案出嚟，個成功感係非常之大。
我哋喺介紹自己個名嘅時候，要做一個我哋自己嘅專屬動作。喺嗰陣時，每一個人都發揮佢哋自己嘅創意，我覺得成件事好有趣。
令我印象最深刻嘅動作呢，應該係呢個動作。呢個動作呢， 好似咧令到我想像咧自己係一隻狼，但係狼都有好溫柔嘅一面。令我印象最深嘅一個動作咧，就係一個向後拉，然之後向前拍嘅動作。個感覺咧就好似咧將希望咧就係由上一代 pass 俾下一代咁樣，正正咧就切合咗我哋舞蹈嘅主題。
Tickle the small, you've got to tickle the epic, and tickle the small, gotta tickle the epic, and tickle the small, you gotta tickle the epic。
你哋嘅身體咧其實好聰明嘅，好多時咧你哋個腦未知道要做咩嘅時候咧，你嘅身體已經做咗出嚟嘅。喺呢個 project 入邊咧，有個練習咧，我覺得比較深刻嘅。個練習係兩個人咧輪流支撐對方嘅身體，然後移動，嗰種互相聆聽同埋信任咧，我覺得係好溫暖嘅。
而家講緊我哋係喺一個嚴重人同人之間係一個隔離嘅狀況啦，社會係一個動盪嘅時間啦，所以呢個作品好啱 timing 喺我哋而家呢個世界度出現。活現童話呢個製作咧係燃點咗我哋台前幕後所有人嘅一啲熱誠，產生出嚟嗰個力量咧係好有感染。
會發覺其實原來成件事可以好簡單，都可以好深刻嘅感受。個畫面好靚，嗰個靚係你覺得每個人都用緊佢嗰個身體去呈現緊一個屬於佢自己嘅故事，而呢個能力係每一個人都有。
好真摯、好純粹中意跳舞呢樣嘢嘅感覺咧，係非常之好。
好多嘅朋友一齊好平等咁樣分享舞蹈，嗰種力量係相當之澎湃。我相信喺而家呢個比較多啲社交距離嘅過程當中，能夠同大家去分享舞蹈、分享身體嘅經驗，係一件好幸福，亦都係一件好幸運嘅事。
手咁近個身體會睇得唔清楚，可以嘅話遠少少，打真係好似個打鼓咁打落去。係，好啲。
The new sense of movement, then you need to take your whole torso, you need to rotate that when you're making that big circle.
2、3、4、5、6，再快啲滾，1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8。
乜嘢年紀係男定女，但係都可以互動到咯。Even 嗰個用身體語言去寫自己嘅名，呢個係好發揮到每一個人自己嘅想像力又好，或者自己潛意識裏邊想表達嘅嘢。
即係 join 呢個 program 可以 reconnect with myself and also 身邊嘅人，通過呢個動作可以去喚醒翻啲嘢啦。我諗過去嗰幾年一啲積咗喺度好耐嘅一啲嘢啦，都唔可以話淨係 emotion 嘅。通過嗰2段嘅 short piece， 咁我就真係抌晒出嚟。咁所以之後係 let go 咗好多嘢，我個人輕咗好多嘅。咁所以呢個我係 grateful 嘅。每一個人其實佢都有佢嘅表達嘅嗰個能力同埋佢哋嘅 style。咁呢樣嘢出到嚟，其實根本就唔需要特別去框定乜嘢係一個舞蹈或者個表演藝術。只要你真心去做某啲嘢，其實佢已經有個佢嘅感染力喺度。雖然係大家拍片，但係佢真係記錄咗當下呢一個 moment。我哋就喺個疫情做呢件事。
自己喺舞蹈方面又唔係咁有天分啊，咁但係我好中意藝術嘅。你哋啲導師又好努力啦，又想盡辦法啦，同埋又好大耐性啦，即係令我咧真係好感動啊！
咁我一路以嚟參加嘅 showcase 啊演出咧，都大多數都係老師排俾我哋嘅。跳舞同埋表演藝術唔單止係止於呢一種形式咯，唔係淨係話參加老師俾一紮 step 你，然後咧你就跳舞，真係唔一定係要起舞要轉10個圈先係跳舞咯。
其實我好感動啊，因為咧我哋做完個 warm up 咧。就我哋大家其實已經係好投入去裏邊，大家好似已經係開始熟絡咗啦。一個咁短嘅時間咧，我哋其實已經係做到咁多嘢，大家係即係有好多係唔識跳舞或者係識跳舞都好啦，大家都好投入、好合作。
我知道成班人咁樣一齊去跳一個咁樣嘅 dance 就係好開心嘅一件事。
我覺得好犀利，你哋嘅心思、你哋嘅創意咧非常專業啊！我好希望我哋有機會再一齊跳舞，或者我哋喺劇場裏面當觀眾嘅時候可以 say 個 hello， 除低我哋口罩，見下你嘅真面目。